All right, listen, men, if you're one of those dudes who spent your whole life and you just love women, you love the energy of women, the energy they bring, but you've struggled with being in relationships and figuring women out and the energy that they require you to bring to them in a relationship, you need to study. First and foremost, I need you to understand, understand, and overstand. I always say that. You got to feel all levels of every scenario, of every situation, okay? If you don't comprehend the basic that women change every month, every season, every year, every 5 years, every 10 years, they constantly change and they constantly evolve. Whereas we are simple. We're simple. I need a sandwich. I need some sex. I need to go to the gym. I need to get my car checked. We're such simple beings. We're so simple. Every time a woman has one layer of her life in spirituality and in womanhood figured out, she requires something else. She needs something else. She needs to change something about herself. She needs to change something about her relationship. She needs to change her hair. She needs a new diet. She needs a new location. She always needs and requires different things. So that's step number one. Number two, I think you need to comprehend that I don't truly believe that any woman that you're with will ever be completely satisfied in all facets of her life. So detach yourself from that right away. That's not your responsibility. It's up to the woman to feel happy to some extent. Other than that, you need to study. You need to study. If you're not one of those guys who just has that energy, there's some guys who just have that energy that all women desire. He's just that guy. I know you've all known this guy in high school. You see him at work. You see him at the gym. He's just that guy that all women love to approach. They all love to look at. They all love to talk to. I don't want to say he's the alpha male, but he just has that energy. He got that juice. He got that masculine flow to his life just by nature. And it's okay. That's cool. But for the rest of us, we got to study. I've always been the type of guy who's been with women. Like I've always easily found it to get with a woman. It's understanding her flows and the way she moves and what her body truly desires from my energy that I've always had a little bit of confusion with. So what helps with me is to study books, study other people who have loved women, study lovers, study the history of love, study women, you know what I mean? Study all these things. So what helps with me is books. I love books. And this is a book that I recommend that every man read. It's called The Tao of Love and Sex. Not only does it teach you certain aspects of making love, but it teaches you sexual energy. It teaches you your own energy cultivation. It teaches you various forms of semen retention, which I think is really important because as a man, the energy of retaining your semen gives you that juice. It gives you that energy that is in that man that gets all the girls. You know what I mean? And ultimately with semen retention comes energy cultivation, personality cultivation. Certain things about you will naturally come about when you study semen retention and when you practice it as well, okay? So this book right here, The Tao of Love and Sex, is actually made in a kind of like, it's written in a spiritual sense. And I believe in love is a very spiritual practice. Loving a woman and understanding a woman are very spiritual practices because when you understand the feminine spirit, it's so easy to comprehend what else she wants from you and what else she wants from life. Like this is an excerpt from this book and it's such a simple little line, but it helps you understand stuff, okay? The male belongs to Yang. Yang's peculiarity is that he is easily aroused, but also he easily retreats. The female belongs to Yin. Yin's peculiarity is that she's slow to be aroused, but also slow to be satiated. Think about that. Little lines like that in books like this, I sit around and I meditate like, damn, like she's slow to be aroused and she's slow to be satiated. It takes time to fill her up. It takes time to understand a woman in the first place, you know what I mean? Everything about a woman is slow for her to be satisfied and satiated. Second book I have here is another spiritual concept, Taoist Secrets of Love, Cultivating Male Sexual Energy. This is another good read because it helps you understand your own energy and your own dynamic. And before you can fully comprehend women, before you can fully grasp what they want and what they're made of and how to attract them deeply, you need to cultivate this. You need to cultivate your masculine faculties so you can boost your polarities, because the second you tap into your masculine essence, you're gonna find more women are looking at you. The second your body on the inside feels manly and strong, that's when more women are gonna be like, damn, that's a man right there. They can tell the difference right away, all right? I'm telling you. So this book, once again, it dives into a lot of sexual practice, but it also dives into a lot of semen retention. Both these books are great for like developing the mindset of semen retention, but while in a relationship, because like they teach you how to practice semen retention in sex. They teach you how to prolong your ejaculation or control it, depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking to practice semen retention as a lifelong practice, which I believe most men should do, if you're not trying to procreate, you should be trying to keep it in, because that's your energy that's going to give you that connection to women that you won't get otherwise, all right? Because if you don't have the juice, she's not going to see much in you. She could see it in your eyes when you're retaining. She could feel it. She could smell it off you, all right? Next book, The Enlightened Sex Manual, all right? I know these are very sex-centered, but like, if you want to understand female sexuality and you want to understand her systems and your system at the same time, The Enlightened Sex Manual, and the subtitle here is Sexual Skills for the Superior Lover. So it's not just about sex, it's about you being a superior lover, like a better lover as a man. And that's how you attract women. You got to be the lover that they want. You got to be the lover that they've dreamed about their whole life. No different than you have fantasies that you've had your whole life developing about women. You have to learn how to tap into the mind of women and dig into her fantasies and be something of value in her life as a man. You can't just be like, I'm a hardworking man and I work 9 to 5 blue collar job and I come home and I do this and there's only so much she could get out of that. She's looking to tap into some kind of primordial force, something that her body desires and needs from a man. And it's more than just like, I provide. And I've been in a relationship since my teen years, and I haven't necessarily had the most amount of money, but I've always been a good lover and I've always had women. And there's a reason for that. I know guys who have millions of dollars and they have trouble keeping a girlfriend. They have trouble getting a date because they're not relatable. They have no substance. They have no masculine energy that compels women to even look at them. And they're rich, they got jewels on, they drive the nicest car, they got great jobs, but they don't tap into that masculine energy that women desire. And it's so simple. It's so simple once you do the practices, all right? So this book by David Deida is an amazing author. There's something so spiritual about his books and the way he writes. And you can tell just by reading it that he's experienced everything to the depths. You know what I mean? You can look at two people, a conventional lover and a superior lover, and see the difference throughout the day, at work, as well as in bed. The conventional lover swings between an agitated mode of frantic activity and a collapsed mode of tired depletion. The superior lover, however, steadily acts with great force and creativity, resting when appropriate, but not collapsing due to an exhaustive spurt of energy. To develop this capacity for sustained high energy, practice plugging your energy leaks and circulating the energy as it builds in your body. That's such a good understanding of just like your energy. Like, he's conscious of energy leakage. He's conscious of men depleting themselves. He's conscious of men being full and present. You know what I mean? Like, books like this will help you understand how to be a better lover. They'll help you understand how to attract women. Which brings me to Zan Perion's The Alabaster Girl. I love this book. I absolutely love this book, and I love Zan Perion. If you really, really want to understand the way a man's supposed to love women, study Zan Perion. Zan Perion has that shit down pat. I'm telling you, he has it down pat to a science. He's something I would call like a spiritual lover. I know I keep saying spiritual love, spiritual sex, whatever, but like, you have to tap into that. If you want to access the right kind of love from women, the right kind of energy from women, you have to tap into the spiritual energy of love, okay? Let me read something from this that I highlighted. Let me just pop open a random page. Oh, this is perfect because it goes well with my channel. Curiosity is alchemy, transforming a pedestrian encounter into a truly engaging experience. It imbues all of our interactions with a sense of ease and delight. It is the only tool a man needs on a date with a woman. It negates any worries about what to say, what to do, and how to be. And it's the only thing that will ever keep a relationship alive and interesting. It solves everything. When there is genuine curiosity in an interaction or a relationship, everything will flow. Curiosity is a form of creation. Like, that's beautifully written. So what he's telling you here is to be curious about women. Be curious about your relationship. Always be curious, which is what I'm telling you right now. Study these things. Be curious. Because when you get this curiosity about someone or something, naturally all the energy and the information you need will flow to you. It will come to you in the relationship through signs, through books, through things she says, through things your friends say. You'll see things play out right in front of you because you're curious about it. You're telling the universe, basically, on a spiritual sense, hey, I want to learn more about relationships. I want to learn more about women. I want to learn more about my own energy. And then the curiosity will attract the creativity you need to thrive. You know what I mean? So Zamperion's The Alabaster Girl, amazing book. Another one by David Deida right here, The Way of the Superior Man. This book, personally, I like David Deida's The Enlightened Sex Manual a little better than this because I love sexual energy. I love studying sexual energy, but this will teach you how to be a great lover. It'll teach you the fundamentals of how you should be thinking in a relationship, going towards goals, etc. I personally find that this is more relationship focused, like how to act, the mechanics of it. If you study this and apply these things to your wife, your girlfriend, whatever you're reading here, and it's simple little gestures. It's not so much like you have to have sex like this or that. It's just the way you should be as a man. Like, tapping into this will give you a good kind of fuel moving forward. Once again, I don't know what David Deida's tapping into when he does these, but it's genius. It's absolute genius, all right? All right, let me read this excerpt from this book right here, okay? Don't suggest that a woman fix her own emotional problem. Asking a woman to analyze or try to fix her own emotions is a negation of her feminine core, which is pure energy in motion, like the ocean. She can learn to surrender her mood to God. She can learn to open her heart in the midst of closure. She can learn to relax her edges and true love, but she will never fix anything by analyzing her problem. Like, just a simple sentence like that puts things into perspective. Like, her analyzing and trying to fix her problem is a masculine trait, and by her feminine nature, she's never gonna do that. That's you who does that. So stop trying to fix her problems. Stop trying to tell her to fix her problems. Like, you need to learn how to understand women, and there's so many men and so many resources out there that have already figured it all out, that have already seen the patterns. You can go ahead and try and figure out women all on your own, but reaching out to other men, other brothers who have written successfully about it, who are in successful relationships, marriages, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to increase the brotherhood, you know what I mean? Because there's plenty men out there, plenty books, plenty resources that are gonna help you improve your odds in relationship and help you improve the dynamic between you and women, all right? So those are my favorite books thus far. If you guys have any recommendations, any better books that are relatable, if you guys have read these and got things to say about it, please let me know in the comments, because I love to read. I would love more books on women and love and relationships and spirituality. So please recommend me some books, all right? But check those out. They're really good. They're gonna help you in your relationship dynamics. I promise you, all right? Peace, love, knowledge, and protection to you and yours. This is Cal Bay from Temple Alchemy, and I'm out.